Welcome to Lobster's list for July 14th, 2012. Number 1. Super Motherload is an arcade-style game from X-Gen Studios that is a sequel to Motherload. The story has you on Mars, strategically digging to acquire minerals and artifacts in a universe where the Soviet Union never collapsed. X-Gen Studios' history includes the games Defend Your Castle and Stick RPG. There will be drop-in multiplayer with up to 4 friends. If you pledge $15, you can receive a copy of the game before it is available elsewhere. Number 2. Defense Grid 2 for PC is the sequel to the well-received tower defense game. Hidden Path Entertainment is seeking $250,000 to fund an expansion of 8 levels to continue the story. If it meets stretch goals, it will also add multiplayer, a level editor, and extend platform support to Mac and Linux. At $1 million, there will be a full-blown sequel. You can pre-order at $15, which also includes access to a private backers forum, and a Steam key for the original Defense Grid. The developers have actually been messaging out keys for Defense Grid to backers, even though at the time of this recording, they are only about 33% funded. Number 3. Echoes of Aeons is an action RPG already in a pre-alpha state. The backgrounds will be hand-painted with visual effects like parallaxing in use. From a first glance, what I like about it is it looks similar to the graphic style of some PC adventure games. Combat can involve combinations of melee and casting. Samples from the soundtrack are on the project page, and over 60 tracks are planned for the game. It is targeting PC, Mac, iOS, and Android. You can pre-order at the $10 tier, while the $15 tier adds a download for the original soundtrack. Number 4. Skylantis is a game made with the Unity engine that started as a student project. Play as Gizmo, whose creator has disappeared, and the floating world of Skylantis is in ruins. One mechanism in the game is a grappling system. There will be an adventure mode, speed mode, and hard mode. There's a $15 pre-order tier that also includes 3 songs from the soundtrack. It is initially targeting PC and Mac, with Linux, Xbox, and Ouya as stretch goals. Number 5. Legacy of the Last Refuge is a turn-based RPG for PC. There's a focus on players having choices and consequences that have become rarer in modern games, but were important to shaping games in the 1980s and 90s. The story has your party trying to venture out to defend the refuge of their people from an external threat. A neat mechanic is that if an entire party is defeated, the members can become undead to be threats for the parties that follow. There's a playable alpha linked to from the project page. You can pre-order it for $10. Now on to honorable mentions. Perch is a 2D platformer for web browsers. Play as a young girl platforming ever higher while overcoming various challenges. In order of increasing difficulty, there will be levels with the themes of spring, summer, fall, and winter. The project creator made the game Barry Lost His Marbles, that placed second in a contest for Congregate, and he has worked as a programmer at Bulletproof Arcade. Funds will go toward improving the graphics and music. A stretch goal will be for ports to iOS and Android. Its goal is just $1,500, and all backers will have their names in the credits and a DRM-free copy of the game. Happy Download Day is a short film project with a philosophically interesting premise. It involves a world with limited resources where children are raised as programs in a virtual reality, and upon their download day, their minds will be implanted into an adult body that has been artificially grown so they can serve society. The conflict comes from the protagonist Sam refusing to be born into the world and him facing deletion. There's a digital download of the film at the $15 tier. Bad Planet is a video game adaptation of the 6-issue comic of the same name. Earth is hit by a meteorite inhabited by hostile organisms. A warrior who lost his people to those organisms has escaped from an intergalactic prison and tries to defeat them. The developers are going for a hyper-violent third-person action game. Redfly Studio, that made the Wii versions of Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2 and Ghostbusters the video game, will be using the Unreal Engine to make this. A copy of the game for PC is available at the $15 tier. Polybius is a narrative film project using a video game urban legend in its premise. The urban legend, set in 1981 Oregon, involves players becoming addicted to a mysterious arcade game with strange side effects, including amnesia. Men in black suits were said to be checking the high scores. The film's protagonist returns to the arcade one day to find that none of the people there ever remember that game ever existing. A found footage style short film has already been made and put up on YouTube that involves the supposed developer of the Polybius game making an instructional video. For a $10 pledge, your name will be listed in the credits. Avatar Laser Wars 2 is the sequel to the Xbox Live indie game first-person shooter. Digital DNA Games is also behind Castle Miner, which was one of the voxel-style sandbox games like Fortress Craft and Total Miner that popped up on Xbox after the success of Minecraft. The reward tiers include unlock codes for content in the game. Project Lodus is a co-op action RPG from Leviathan Interactive. On the planet Lodus, multiple civilizations built up a cyberpunk city that is now dead and underground. 4 friends living in a closed society discover the remains of that city and start to uncover its secrets. To survive, they may need to undergo cybernetic augmentations. A $20 pledge is for a pre-order copy of the game, your initials in the credits, a wallpaper pack, a Kickstarter backer status in the forum, and concept art PDF. I debated with myself about where to rank this project in the list, but finally I decided to just give it an honorable mention because I'm worried about its scope and the need for private investors to finish the game. DreamEnders is an HTML5 RPG game that is only seeking $100. This game was made with the Construct 2 game making software, and it was the main reason I backed it. I am a member of the Construct 2 community and lurk the forums often. A playable alpha version is linked to on the project page. At $20, you can play the beta and have your name in the credits. Penny Arcade Sells Out is a campaign to make the Penny Arcade webcomics website ad-free for at least a year if it reaches $525,000. It already is very close to the $250,000 goal to remove the leaderboard ads from the homepage. Extra funding will go towards new content for the site. All backers will be named on a supporters webpage. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps those projects.